Hi guys, my name is Carol and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you my everyday makeup routine. If you want to see how I achieve that look, please continue to watch. I always start with my eyebrow. I see a lot of people, they do their face first and all that stuff before doing their eyebrows. I always have to do my eyebrows, which kind of shape my face before I move on to anything else. And I always use my Benefit Precisely Brow Pencil. I love this pencil. It's my go-to pencil and this is what I pretty much use to fill my brows in. So I always start at the base and I just fill them in ever so lightly. I don't like to do my eyebrows too thickly. I just like to fill them in just enough. Especially on an everyday basis, there's no way I have time for a dramatic eyebrow. It's just not gonna happen. Always do light strokes in the front. And I do the same to my other brow. Now one of my eyebrows are thicker. I think this one is thicker than this one. So I try to make them like sisters. Not twins or identical twins as they would say, but I try to let them look as close as possible. So I fill them in and whatever mistake I make, I usually just correct it with a concealer. So they look about even to me and I go in with the spoolie on the other side of the pencil and I just brush them in. And then I'll go in and fill in again whichever area I feel like needs a little bit more touching up. I always have trouble with like this section of my eyebrows. Always look like there's a space there for some weird reason, even though there's no space. It's just a little thin, so like really concentrate on this side. And when I'm satisfied enough, I go in with my MAC concealer, and this is a oldie. It's really busted, but this is in the shade, I think it's NW45. As always, MAC gives us NW45 for everything, so I just clean it up with this MAC concealer. So I gather as much product as I want on this e.l.f. eyeliner brush, and I start at the base and I draw like a line under my eyebrows just to create the shape I want, and then I drag down the excess product onto my eyelids. I also clean the top of my brows up a little bit. Excess product I usually put here between the middle. And of course, I try to blend out the concealer in my skin as much as possible. And there you have it. And I just take my Real Technique brush. I forgot what type of brush this is. Okay, it's a crease brush, but I use it for my concealer. And I just go over everything to make sure everything is all blended in my skin and I don't have any lines around the brows because that's not cute in my opinion. So I just really blend everything out. Next, I set my eyebrows with my Benefit Brow Setter, and I really like this brow gel. It's pretty lightweight and it keeps my eyebrows in place all day, which I really like because I have some bushy ass eyebrows and they'll be trying to flop on me, like go down like a little doggy, and I'm like, it's not happening. You're gonna stay in place. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Neutrogena Hydra Boost Water Gel. I usually use a primer from NYX, but I'm out of it, or NYX, however you say it, but I'm out of that, so I'm just gonna use this. Yikes. Use this to give my face a little moisture because it's the winter time and your girl be looking ashy as hell. I don't know what's up with that. Ashy. So I go in with my primer usually, but I'm out of primer, so I'm gonna use this. Next, I go in with the NYX Born to Glow Illuminator. It's a liquid highlighter, I want to say, or it helps like enhance your foundation. I'm gonna apply this all over my face because I like the look that it gives. It gives me a very glowy look. And I use my hand to just rub it in. It looks a little crazy at first, guys, but don't worry. I got this covered. My think. Already my face looks glowy, glowy. The next I'm gonna go in with my MAC foundation. This is the Studio Fix foundation in the shade NW45. I usually wear an NW47 because it's darker, but the last time I went to MAC they didn't have the NW47, so I grabbed this. I have one more foundation, which is the Lancome Tunty Dole foundation, but whenever I use that foundation I feel like it gives my skin like a green look, like a greenish look, grayish greenish look. Maybe I need a shade darker. I think I have the shade 400 and I heard good things about that foundation, so I don't know why it's not working out for me. I also need to try different foundations, so maybe I'll repurchase something else like the Born This Way foundation or the NARS foundation just to see how they work with my skin, to change things up a little. But I really love my MAC foundation. They could always count on it to just give me that look that I really need. So today I'm just gonna go in with the NW45. It is a little lighter than me, but I always like warm my skin up when I bronze it with my bronzer. I do 2 pumps and I do not use my beauty blender. I am just so over this beauty blender trend. I go in with my Morphe M439 brush and I just buff the foundation in my skin. I might have added a little bit too much on that side, so I just go in and I blend everything out and I bring it all the way up to the hairline and I put some over my eyes. Look at that. Right away you guys could see the difference. Now my neck is darker than the rest of my skin. That's just a problem I've had since I was younger. No, it's not because I'm overweight. My neck, since I've known myself, has always been darker than the rest of my body. I try scrubbing it, everything in the book. It does get a little lighter sometimes, but most of the time this is just how my neck looks, and I have come to just accept it for what it is. Like to add a little bit more foundation around here, my mouth area. I do not shave my peach fuzz or wax my peach fuzz, so sometimes you could see it, which I don't mind. Don't forget about the nose and between the nose. I never put too much foundation on my forehead. Whatever is left on the brush, I usually just wipe it over there. That seems to do the job. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, and buff it, buff it, buff it out. So to highlight my face, I usually use my ColourPop concealer or the Tarte Shape Tape. I know Tarte is cancelled, but I actually like this concealer and I bought it, so I'm going to use it. So I use these 2 concealer, and as you could see, my ColourPop No Filter concealer is almost finito because I really love this concealer. It's my go-to concealer and I use the shade 65, and for the Tarte I use the shade D. So I usually go in with a little bit of both because my 65 is like my skin tone, so I go in like this and then I go over that with my Tarte concealer, which is really gonna brighten my eyes up. I just put it on top and then I usually blend them out with this, also with this crease brush from Real Techniques. Just go in and I bring it to the bridge of my nose, as I learned from Makeup Shayla. Whatever extra is left on the brush, I always just bring it to my eyes. This is gonna act as a eyeshadow base basically. So I put that for a little bit of highlight, then I go back in with my foundation brush and I work it in just to make sure everything is blended. I don't want any harsh lines, and if I want to lighten up a little bit, I'll go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. So then I blend the nose out. Can you see that contour right there? Blend, blend, blend. I don't usually put any concealer here in my forehead anymore. I don't think I have that much of a big forehead. You guys could let me know. I just put the concealer here, and I pull it around my mouth because I don't want here to look light and here to look too dark because it's like a shadow. So I put a little concealer around my mouth areas too, just like that. And I'm gonna blend it out with my foundation brush. This concealer is thick. And this is how the base looks after adding my concealer. The tip of the nose will be trying to play me, this section right here. It's like my foundation does not want to stick, and I'm like, just stick already. I went to Rite Aid recently because the concealer I used to contour, I gave it to my sister when she came to visit, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna do a tutorial. I need a concealer to contour my cheekbones, and I saw this True Complexion HD corrector. I think it's from the brand Black Radiance. So I'm gonna see how this looks once I apply it. It looks really dark. Really dark! Can you guys see this? It's so dark. So I guess a little bit is gonna go a long way with this concealer. So I learned from Makeup Shayla to add your contour a little bit higher above your cheekbones. So let's see if that works for me today, because usually I go right here, but today I'm gonna go like that. Let's start with a little bit. And I'm gonna blend it out with my brush. Where is this brush? I'm gonna blend it out with my e.l.f. mineral powder brush. Ooh, I like the look of this contour. What do you guys think? I really like. Not bad at all. Let's add to this side. Ah, I think I put too much. But we're about to find out. Let's see if I could blend this bad boy out. And I always do the cheeky thing because, guys, I have some fat cheeks. So this helps me find where I need to go. I feel like I have enough left on the brush to just contour around these areas of my face. I don't need to add any more because that thing was dark. A little bit goes a long way, but I really like it. I ain't mad at it. Let's see if I have enough to go underneath the chin, or if I have to add more. Let's add a little more for the chin area. But boy oh boy, this thing is strong. Oh, strong. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Am I blended, guys, or do I need to blend more? I'm probably gonna blend. And whatever mistake I make when I use such a dark concealer, I usually like correct it with my powder. So I'm not too worried if I went too much down, too high with the contour, because I'm gonna correct it with the powder if I don't like how it looks. But so far I'm loving it, guys. I'm really loving how this looks. Now this is how dark this concealer is. This is the deep one. Maybe I should have gotten the medium one, or else I have to be really careful. So whatever excess I have here on the back of my hand, I'm just gonna swirl my brush in it and see if I could contour the nose area a little bit. I don't think I need to add any more of this concealer, because boy oh boy, it's deep. It's deep. So I take it all the way up to the brows. So I contour from here and I bring it down. I usually use my Sacha Buttercup, but today when I went to Rite Aid also, I picked up this from Black Radiance, which is the True Complexion Contour Palette. I know I'm late to this palette. I've seen it a lot on Instagram and YouTube, but I never picked it up for myself personally. So today I'm gonna try it and see if I like it. So I'm gonna use this color to set my concealer, and let's see if it will give me any highlight. If not, I'll use my Sacha Buttercup. Not much of a highlight going on here. It feels good on the skin, but I don't feel like it's doing anything for my highlight. I might have to go with my Sacha Buttercup after. I'd probably use this to set my entire foundation, but to give me a highlight, I don't think it's doing that. What do you guys think? I'm gonna add a little bit of my Sacha Buttercup just to brighten me up a little bit. I always knock off the excess of my powder from the Sacha. You see that? Yes, the Sacha will be having you looking like a fool if you don't be careful with it also. So I just put a little bit around the nose area. And I don't like my under eye to be too bright, but I do want you guys to see that I have like a highlighted look under the eye. If I'm going out and I want to be dramatic, then I'll put this powder under there and I'll bake it for like hours. Just kidding, not hours. I'll bake it for a couple of minutes. I don't have hours to be baking when it's like, I gotta go. I just need to look cute. Whatever is left on the brush, I usually go underneath my cheekbones just to help cut that cheek. Then I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. powder brush and I'm just gonna make sure all my highlights, all my contour, everything is blended in properly. Now to set the contour, I'm gonna try this dark shade to contour. Let's see if it's as dark as the concealer from this brand, because this highlight wasn't doing nothing for me. I mean, I'm not mad at the highlight, it was just not, maybe I needed the medium kit. This is the medium to dark kit. I think the light kit would have been too light for me. I guess this sculpt is for when you're going for a natural look. Whoa, I think I added too much. I need to realize that Black Radiance is not playing with their darker colors, because yeah, that's very harsh. But that's okay. I'm gonna blend. So next I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop bronzer. I forgot the name of it and the name is not on here, but it's the darkest bronzer that they have. I'll put the name on the screen. And I usually just go in with a fluffy brush and I just focus on here. I don't want to use a palette today. I'm going for a very simple eye look. Every day I don't have time. I just need a little color in my crease. And I do the same to the other eye. This gives me such a nice wash of color. So I'm going to go in with this ColourPop highlighter. Once again, it doesn't have the name on it. I'm going to put the name on the screen of the bronzer and the highlighter from ColourPop. And I'm just going to place this highlighter all over my lid. It gives such a nice glow. This is my go-to. I use my bronzer all the time to darken up my crease and my highlighter on my lid when I'm going for a quick look. Isn't that beautiful, guys? And if I want, I could go back in with my bronzer and I could darken up the outer crease a little more if I want, which I usually do, and just blend everything together nicely. Next, I'm gonna go back with the bronzer and I'm gonna smudge it underneath my eyelids with this bullet brush. Just smudge it and deepen it as much as you want until you guys are satisfied. To highlight, I'm gonna use that same highlighter from ColourPop along with my fan brush, which is from Dose of Colors. I mean, do people still use fan brush? I do. Just a little subtle highlight. I don't want anything too blinding today. It's every day after all. I take my fingers and I tap into my highlight and I just add a little bit down the bridge of my nose and at the tip of my nose. See? Subtle, right? Not too much, just perfect for everyday look. I also highlight right here above my lips and I drag some highlight here. I'm gonna use this blush from MAC, which is MAC Raisin, which us black girls love. A little bit goes a long way with this blush and I'm gonna add it between my contour and my highlight just to give a little color to the cheeks. Not too much. I'm gonna set my face with my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray and I'm gonna set it before I apply my mascara, because recently I learned from Makeup Shayla that if you set your face first, then you don't have to worry about your mascara running, where after you set it with the spray, usually you have like a little bit of runnage here, black circle under your eye from the mascara running. So set your face first and then apply mascara. For mascara, I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Butterfly Mascara. I really love this mascara. I have really short lashes and this helps me a lot with my lashes. It really enhanced my lashes. So I'm just gonna work the mascara in. I have very clumpy lashes and very bushy eyebrows. What a combination to have, huh, guys? I try to separate them as much as I can because your girl be struggling. I apply it to the bottom lashes also. Usually I use whatever is left over on the wand and then I'll go in with more if I need to. For lipstick, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick and this is in the shade Bittersweet. I really like this lipstick. And then I'm gonna top it off with this lip lip gloss from Makeup Shayla collection, and this is Leech Me or Lychee Me. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna use this as my gloss. I don't want to add too much of this lipstick because it's super bright. I just need a little bit of color on my lip. I apply it to my bottom lips, then I blot it to my top lips. So afterwards, I'm gonna just top that with the lip gloss from Makeup Shayla collection with ColourPop. I really like these two combinations together. I'm gonna remove my headband and I'll be back with my final look. And this is my simple everyday makeup routine, guys, when I wanna look put together but I don't wanna spend my entire life on my eye makeup. This is my go-to makeup look. If you guys wanna see more of my makeup routine, my eyeshadow routine, my more in-depth eyebrow routine, let me know down in the comment. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and definitely subscribe, guys. Subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.